What's going on, everybody? B. Scott here with you on today's show. We got your tight end sit starts heading into week number 8. I got all the tight ends you should be starting, some that you should be sitting, and some that you should be streaming this week based on the bye weeks. Obviously, Mark Andrews, guys like that out. So keep locked and loaded right here at the first 4 downs. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. B. Scott here with you, and we're going over the tight end sit starts heading into week number 8. National Tight End Day. We saw it on Sunday. Lots of tight ends found the end zone. Was targeted pretty heavily, to be honest. So going into week number 8, I'm going to give you the tight ends you should be starting. A couple to sit and a couple to stream. So before we get to today's content, don't forget, like the video, subscribe, share, thumb bell, all that good stuff, and then comment. If there's a tight end I didn't mention, because I don't have every single one of them, drop in the comment section. I'll be glad to give you my advice, whether you should be starting them, sitting them, or streaming them, whatever. So let's dive right into it with the obvious tight ends you're going to be starting. Travis Kelce. Playing the New York Giants, you're starting him every week. It doesn't matter, set it and forget it. Kyle Pitts, at this point, he's a set it and forget it tight end. He's playing very well, being used on the outside as a receiver, going against cornerbacks, and finally making a groove. And what we hoped Kyle Pitts would be is more of a receiving tight end. It's looking like it. So you're starting Kyle Pitts, playing the Carolina Panthers. TJ Hawkinson, this is a guy that's been up and down on the season, but he's getting the targets over the last 2 weeks. 20 targets, you'll take that from a tight end. They're at Philadelphia this week. 7th most fantasy points to tight ends Philly's given up. So TJ Hawkinson, he's obviously a start for me. Dalton Schultz, playing the Minnesota Vikings, he's a start for me as well. He's played good. He's taken over the number 1 tight end spot in a high-powered offense. He's had 6+ targets in 5 of 6 games and 50 yards in 4 straight games also. So you're starting Dalton Schultz every single week at this point. Dallas Goedert, I like him too. 3 catches, 70 yards. Now, yes, that offense is really sluggish at times, but he's playing the Detroit Lions. It's a good spot for him. He's on the field a lot now that Zach Ertz is out of town. So Dallas Goedert, a top 10 must-start tight end on a weekly basis. Hunter Henry, same situation. 4 straight games with a touchdown going against his old former team in Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Chargers. Little revenge game here, and he's played well. So Hunter Henry, at this point, he's a must-start for me. Los Angeles Chargers giving up the 2nd most fantasy points to tight ends. Now Tyler Higbee. He's an actual start for me this week. I haven't liked him in past weeks in certain spots, but this week he's a definite start on the road against Houston Texans. Texans giving up the 3rd most fantasy points to tight ends, the most touchdowns, and a touchdown to a tight end in 4 straight games. So for me, I'm starting Tyler Higbee this week in a good matchup. They're obviously big, heavy favorites. I think he can find the end zone in this one. Hasn't in a few weeks. He's due for a touchdown, and it should happen this week. So start Tyler Higbee. Also Zach Ertz. 5 targets in his first game action with the Arizona Cardinals. That's a good sign. And he's playing the Green Bay Packers this week. I got to start Ertz. I got to continue to start him at this point because he's a tight end in a high-powered offense, and the potential is there. You saw it. 3 catches, 66 yards, had the big touchdown. So obviously you're starting Zach Ertz. CJ Uzomah. I like him this week. Obviously you probably should be picking him up and potentially starting him in plus matchups, and this week is another good one. At the New York Jets, give up the 8th most fantasy points to tight ends, and Uzomah, 5 touchdowns over his last 4 games, and the offense is running very well. So I like Uzomah this week, especially as a start. And then Noah Fant, I'm on the fence with here. He gets the Washington football team. It's not necessarily a great start, but not a bad start. We know the secondary of the Washington football team is not good. You saw Tonyan get in the end zone just last week, and Noah Fant's averaged 7 targets per game so far this season, which is pretty good for the tight end position. So I would probably be starting Noah Fant here, but you got to worry. Jerry Jeudy, there talks about him coming back this week, and the pass catchers. And then can you trust Teddy Bridgewater? That's the hard part. So Noah Fant, if you got other options, I understand, but he's still seeing volume enough at the tight end position to be startable. So Noah Fant to me is a start. So now I got a couple sits. Tight ends I would not be playing this week. Jared Cook is one of them. Playing the New England Patriots, only 1 tight end has cleared 29 total yards against the New England Patriots defense. And they're pretty good against tight ends in general, giving up only 2 touchdowns on the season. So I don't necessarily love Jared Cook in the matchup. I think the Saints, or I think the Chargers are going to be, being able to utilize their other pass catchers with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler should be able to give New England fits as it is. So I don't necessarily love Jared Cook in the matchup. He's a sit for me. And another guy to sit, Robert Tonyan. Yes, he came alive and he saw a touchdown. And honestly, Devontae Adams, looking like he might miss the game. So that's probably a plus for Robert Tonyan, but it's just not a good matchup. Arizona giving up the fewest fantasy points to the tight end position on the season. Only 23 catches for a total of 156 yards and 0 touchdowns to the tight end position so far. So I don't like Tonyan in this matchup, even though he's coming off a great game. I wouldn't be starting him here heading into week number 8. So obviously I got some stream options for you. Tyler Conklin, he's a nice stream option playing the Dallas Cowboys this week, averaging 5 targets per game. Conklin is the shootout potential between Dallas and Dallas Cowboys. Been a little susceptible to tight end position, giving up a lot of yards to the tight end position. So I like Tyler Conklin in this matchup as a potential stream option, a deep dart throw that you're going to have to take possibly if you had a guy that's out on bye or guys that are injured. So another stream option for me, Evan Ingram. He's playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, yes, that's not a pretty name, and he just doesn't score touchdowns. But the limited pass catchers for the New York Giants, it's real. You don't know if Sterling Shepard will be ready to play. Kenny Golladay, Kadarius Toney, all these pass catchers are hurt, and you're seeing it on the field. 6 catches for 44 yards. Evan Ingram coming off a game, and at least 4 targets in every game this season that he's been healthy. And the Kansas City Chiefs give up the most receiving yards to the tight end position on the year, the 5th most fantasy points to the tight end position. So it's a good spot for Evan Ingram. Now, yes, I don't love it because he just doesn't find the end zone, but if you got to take a chance on a pure volume basis and a tight end that could potentially get 4 to 6 receptions in a full point PPR league or tight end premium, I like Evan Ingram this week based on the volume. And then a real dart throw, Buffalo Bills playing the Miami Dolphins. They score a lot of points, and no Dawson Knox out with a broken hand. Tommy Sweeney, he's the next man up, the only active tight end at the moment on the roster. Obviously, they'll probably add another one, but they're playing the Miami Dolphins, giving up 3rd most receiving yards to tight ends, the 10th most fantasy points overall, and we know that Josh Allen just tends to light up the Miami Dolphins. You want offensive pieces on the Buffalo Bills because you know the blowout potential. They could score a lot of points here. So Tommy Sweeney, a real dart throw. If you're really struggling at tight end position, you're in a deep league, and you need a dart throw, I like him this week. So that's it. That's been the tight end sit start and a couple stream options for you heading into week number 8. So if you have another tight end I didn't mention in the video, drop in the comment section. I will be glad to answer any questions about anyone or any sit start question for that matter. And then on top of that, like the video, subscribe, share, thumb, bell, all that good stuff. And I appreciate all the support from all my new subscribers and hopefully future ones as well. So for the first 4 downs, it's been B. Scott, and I'm out.